Hello everyone. So in our previous video we have seen on how to add this particular navbar right in the top right here. Now next we'll be adding some product cards so that it will be nice for a product website. So in this case, first of all, I'd like to show you guys on Bootstrap cards like this. So Bootstrap will be having its own set of styling properties just meant for cards. So cards can be anything that looks like this. By the way, this is like typical card where a card can be having an image in the top and the content, the body of content right here, and the call to action kind of button right here. So there are many ways you can actually add a card in Bootstrap, where you can just be adding the image and the body right like this, and also some either links like this, and also you can also happen to have headers and footers like this. And besides that, you are also able to add reads to your class, which we will be learning next. And of course, there are many ways you can actually style your class. In this case, you can also add colors to your text. For example, in this case, you have background color added like this. For example, this is like bg equals to dash primary, bg dash secondary, and all the way up to bg dash dark like this. So this is like one of the ways where we are able to add cards in Bootstrap. And as you can see here, this is just the borders actually used here, the border dash primary like this, and so on. And yeah, and let's actually make use of this particular Bootstrap card into our website. And in our website right here, I like to place another section right below here. Right below this particular hero section here, I like to create another new section. And of course, I like to label it with an ID. In this case, I like to say products. And in this case, I like to give like a padding of 5 or padding of y-axis. And the next thing is, of course, I like to add the background color for this particular section. So in this case, I like to say bg-light, just like this. And if we look at the website, you're able to find a gray color section has been formed right here with padding of 5 y-axis. Next thing, let's actually add the content here. So in this case, let's add container first. So in this case, let's add div class container. I like to use container dash lg like this. And yeah, and first of all, I like to add the title for this particular section, where I like to place the text in the center right here. So in this case, I like to add a div like this, and this particular div should be, I like to make a class name for this particular div, where I like to center the text. So in this case, I like to add text center styling properties. And in this case, I like to add two texts right inside here. First of all, the title of this particular section, which is other products. So I like to make use of h2 tag like this, and I like to say other products. And when we look at our website like here, you will be able to find this particular other products has been created right here. I like to change this particular font to match almost like the one that previously we have used. So in this case, I like to add a class name for this h2 as well, and this class name will be display. So in this case, display will be the one that I like to use. It will display 6, and you're able to find the font has been changed. And of course, let's like add another text right below here. And in this case, I have to make use of h2, change it to p tag. And of course, display shouldn't be very big. I like to make it very small, so I like to make use of lead. So lead is like a smaller version of the same text like this. You'll be able to find, yeah, something like other products. I just like to change the content of this particular text. Check out something like this, and you're able to find your text has been changed. So I like to change the color as well. So in this case, I like to add text dash muted, and you're able to find the color has also been changed like this. And next thing is I like to start adding the card itself. So the card, I like to make sure to add to go to that particular documentation, and the documentation right here, you're able to find the card. The class will be having a class name called card, and of course there will be an image will be placed, and that particular image will be having a class name that says card image top. And inside this is the image, by the way, and inside the body of this particular card, you can actually place the title, the card tags, and the call to action like this, just by saying button. And let's actually make use of this particular code. So first of all, I like to add a class name for card, something like this, and you're able to find in our code right here, you're able to find a huge container has been placed, because yeah, it shouldn't be like this. We should be placed within the container right we have formed before. So I like to place the card right here inside this particular container, yeah, something like this. And you're able to find this particular card is actually formed in the entire container. So let's actually add some width for now, because we just need to be using just one of them just to show the card properties. So in this case, I like to copy this particular width, and right here I like to paste it right here, and you're able to find your card will be formed right here. So it's just some small card. And let's actually add the content of the card. So in this case, I like to place the image tag right inside the card. So inside this image card, I like to add like a source for this particular class, where I actually imported a few images as well. So in this case, I like to take the first image. So I would like to import a particular image that we have just seen. So in this case, I like to go to assets and I like to take the first image, something like this. And of course, let's close this particular tag before we see the result. And let's actually add the class name for this particular image as well, which says card dash image dash top, like this. And you're able to find inside your code right here, you're able to find a simple card has been found with the image right here. Next thing, I like to add the content of the particular card right here. So in this case, I like to add div, and the class name is going to be called card body, something like this. Of course, let's make another new div, and inside here is where we'll be placing the content of this particular card. So I like to place the name of this particular card first. So I like to add an h5 tag like this, and I like to place the name of a particular product called AirPods Pro like this, and you're able to find your text will be formed right here. And this is the first text right here, and we should also be having a class name for this, which says card title. Next thing I like to add is this particular content right here. We will be using card text. So in this case, I like to make use of another text tag like this, and of course in this case I like to make use of a p tag instead of h5. So in this case, the second card class name will be card text, like this, and I like to change this particular name to something different. So in this case, I like to place the pricing of this particular product. In this case, I like to add around like $249 just to show the product is priced like this, and there you go. Now right now I like to make these two content of the particular products to be aligned to the center. So in this case, I like to add text center right in their parent class. So in this case, let's say text dash center, and just like this, you are able to find your text will be aligned to the center. And of course, I can see there's a lot of gap between the text and the image. So I like to add some margin so that you actually have some space at the bottom and lesser space between this particular image and the text. So in this case, I like to add margin bottom equals to 5, and you're able to find this particular class will be having some spacing right here. And I think I've forgotten to put a dash right here. As you can see, there's no card. It should be card dash body, and you're able to find something like this. There won't be any border like here. And the next thing is, I like to change the font to the font that we have used earlier. So in this case, I like to add lead right here, and that would be changing this particular font like this. And there you go. Right now we have just completed a simple product card like here. And next, actually, we can actually make use of this particular card to we can actually populate more than one card right here, because as you can see, there's only one card like this. And yeah, I would like to have more than one card right. So first of all, I would like to make use of grids. So grids is what we have learned in our previous lessons, where we can actually have multiple columns in the same row. Same goes to here. We can have multiple product cards in this particular same row. So in our code right here, I like to make use of this particular card right here to be the columns. So I like to, since we are actually making use of columns, we won't be needing this particular width right here. So as you can see, when I remove this particular width, you're able to find the card actually spans the entire container. So what we can do, we can actually add like a grid for this. So in this, first of all, I need to be creating the rows and columns. So in this case, I like to say div, where the class name should be row. And inside this particular row, I would like to add columns. So in this case, I like to add another div where I can place the columns. So in this case, this particular div, I like to add class name. This class name, I like to add column md-for. So this is basically what I'm doing right here. For medium-sized screens and above, these product cards will be taking 4 columns like this. So in this case, I like to take this particular product right here and just place it right inside. And of course, let's make it to this. Let's make this particular text to be aligned like this. And let's go to our code right here. You're able to find we are actually making use of 4 columns, right? There'll be 3 product cards right here, filling up the 3 columns right here. And let's see if I add just add another 2 like this, and you're able to find there'll be 3 product cards like this. And this is only meant for medium-sized screens. So let's say for large-sized screen, for example, let's say I can actually add like column followed by Excel. I can actually add more than 3 product cards. So in this case, I like to add reduce the column span. So in this case, I like to add 3 XL. So as you can see, when we increase the size like this, you're able to find there'll be more room for more product cards to be placed in the same row like this. And that's meant for big size screens. And how about for mobile size screens? So in this case, I have to add for, and first of all, I have to make sure to make a copy of this first. I like to have 3 copies like this. And let's actually see how does this particular product cards will be placed in small size screens. In this case, I have to make a copy of another card like this. Let's say there's 4 product cards like this. And let's say if I reduce the width of the screen. So as you can see here, I mean this is the small size screen, and when we reduce it a bit more further, it just like this. It just happens to have 1 product card. So it just like fills the entire space. Like it just uses the entire space by default until to a certain level of size screen, for example MD, and it just opens the entire thing. So there's something in this case, as you can see here, there's 3 product cards right here, and then when I reduce it to a bit to a certain extent, it just fills the entire space. So I don't want it to fill up the entire space. So what I can do I can actually add another styling properties for small size screens. So in this case, I have to say call -sm-6. So by doing that, we're able to have 2 product cards in the same row for small size screens. And also we can also add the same styling properties for extra small size. And whatever is less than extra small size screen, we can just put call -12 like this. And let's actually make a copy of this particular product cards. Like let's make 4 of this, and you're able to find in your code right here in your website like this. You're able to find when it is in your small size screen, there will be 2. And let's say if I reduce it a bit more further for extra small size, it will be 2 as well. And whatever that's smaller than extra small, it will be taking up the entire space like this. This is called 12, and this will be extra small, and this will be small, and this will be medium size screen. And when I close this particular inspect, and this will be extra large screen like this. And as you can see, this I should be giving some spacing right here. So I like to go to this particular row class right here, and I like to add padding of 5, and this should be a y-axis padding. So when I add that, you're able to find there'll be some space has been given right here, and also at the bottom right here. And there you go. This is how a good way to make use of cards in your Bootstrap website so that it looks nice, and it also happens to be able to respond to different size of screens. So that way we are able to make our websites far more better looking and responsive. So that's the end of this particular part of the video. Let's catch up on the next one.